Hello again. I'm still in the same clothes because this is only a few minutes after my other video. I just wanted to do a quick little current events, which I'm sure everyone's already heard of, but I just want to give my little spin on it. We'll talk about getting in the car today. I was on the way to the VA and we heard on the radio how everyone's flipping out about the White House talking about sending boxes of food instead of 100-cent food stamps or money on the card, that they would give you money on the card for perishables and then send you actual non-perishable food in a box. And people are saying how, it takes away their choice and they don't, people don't like to be told this is what you eat, which I agree. But if you're on some kind of welfare or social services, which my family was when I was young, you really shouldn't be saying, I want choice. If you're paying for it, you should have all the choice you want, and most people do. But when you're not paying for the food, beggars can't be choosers. That's what my family taught me the whole time growing up. And, as I said, my mom, after my dad left and refused to pay any kind of real child support after the first month or two, we had to go on welfare. And my mom had to work as much as she could with 4 children, the youngest being 2. But we had food stamps when it was the actual food stamps. Me being a selfish kid was embarrassed by it, but there's nothing that I could have done, nothing that really my mom could have done. She didn't have that many, job skills, so she did the best she could. But to hear these people, and they're not even implementing this. This is just them kicking around an idea so that people, you heard the Obamas talking about how, obesity and we're all eating too many fattening foods and stuff. So actually giving people food that is nutritious and everything, all the different food groups and whatever they need right there, I would think it would be easier, because then they don't have to worry about running around and getting all the stuff. It gets sent right to you. You just go and you buy the milk and the dairy and whatever frozen, because you still get money for that. So I think it's a good idea, but they're flipping out and it's not even happening. It's just them talking about it, and the Democrats are so against just talking about anything or giving anything thought at all that doesn't come from them. It's just, I'm trying not to be so negative, but it's just hard dealing with people that have the brain capacity of an ant. And actually, that's insulting an ant, because I think they're smarter. The next is the media's love affair with a dictator's sister, who she's either helping abuse their people or she's being abused herself, which I'm pretty sure that she don't get much say in anything, that she's probably holed up in some hidden room somewhere doing whatever her brother tells her. But or she could be the puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes. We don't know, but listening to the media, it's like she's some great, wonderful, awesome woman. And they're cheering a dictator's sister over their own vice president. That's what's just phenomenal. And especially listening to those stupid hookers on The View. They really have brain damage. You're in their country, you gotta show respect. You're in our country and you show no respect whatsoever. You're allowed to have different opinions and stuff, but the way that you are constantly, you insult Trump worse than Trump insults people. And that's one of your biggest gripes against Trump, is that he's so rude and abusive, he uses abusive language and stuff. Have you guys heard yourselves talk? Just how evil and bitter and just nasty you are? Regardless if he's the president or not, he's still another human. So you don't like him, that's fine, and you can say you don't like his policies and stuff. You can even say you don't like him without the constant barrage and insulting and personal attacks. It's just disgusting. It really is. It's sad that roughly half the country, well, I don't even think that, probably a third of the country feels the way that those morons do. But The other thing was the president released what he wants the budget to be. It's a $4 trillion budget. The Dems, who always like spending, there's never too much spending in their mind. But see, there's one area they don't like spending, and that's the military and anything security related. Any kind of social program or throwing money away here and there, they have no problem with, as long as it's not defense. And Trump's budget, a big bulk of it is defense and border security, so they're all up in arms and saying how Republicans are hypocrites because they're usually small government. It was Greg Gutfeld said the other day that the battle was lost. The battle for small government's over. So if you're going to have a big government, it's better having money thrown towards defense, security, military, than some of the other items that just waste money. And it's funny watching the media how they were saying the other day, I think it was Juan Williams actually from the Five, was saying that the big interference with Russia in our election is that they're changing the way we think. That you and I, average Americans, are so weak-minded and we're such simpletons that we are getting brainwashed by Russian propaganda, and that's what's causing us to vote for the Republicans and Trump. It's not that we actually want to vote for them, it's that the Russians are brainwashing us to vote for them. That's their latest theory now. That's the Russian election interference, is that the propaganda is brainwashing stupid you and me, that we're not smart enough to actually decide who to vote for, that it's the Russians brainwashing us to vote. Because that's the only way that we wouldn't vote for them, right? Because they're just so wonderful. Oh, goodness. You have to laugh because it doesn't get any funnier than that. But today in this state of Florida, there was a horrible school shooting, which happens way too often. I think it says more about how we're teaching our children and parents, the parenting skills and stuff, more than you're going to hear guns. That's going to be the whole story for the next week, is gun control, and we need more regulations and what have you. I don't want to start politicizing it, so I'm going to wait and see what happens. I just think it's a tragedy, and we should take a few seconds to pray for the parents, or if anyone got hurt, because they were saying there's numerous fatalities. That's what was being reported. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, regardless, you should take a few seconds to pray for the people hurt or that have passed, to give their family strength and help them through this horrible, horrible time. It shouldn't be a rush to judgment about guns or not guns, or the why, when, how. That'll all be answered. But right now, we should just be praying for those that are suffering right now. So let's just take a few seconds. Amen. All right. As I said, if the left starts politicizing that, I'll probably make another short video pointing out just... Oh, Alexa's talking to me. I don't know about you, but that happens a lot more frequently than it used to. And there's no way that I was going to buy the Apple HomePod. Just cost alone. It does the same things that all the other digital assistants do, that I know that should be the same. It's just Apple instead of Amazon or Google. So why is it double the cost? Probably more than that. This thing was what, $349? I paid $100 for my first Alexa when I pre-ordered it. I was like one of the first that received it. $100. That most $200, and they want $350. Does it wipe your butt after you go to the bathroom? I don't think so. But anyway, that's it. I'm kind of veering off the beaten path there. I'm going to try to do like maybe a camera hands-on video, or I'll bring out some different tech, like hard drives or memory, show you the different versions, because I do have a few things lying around. But I definitely want to do a camera video, either the Sony A9 or I got the Nikon D750, the Nikon 850. I got Sony A6000, and I'm recording right now on a 4K Sony camcorder. I forget, I think it's AX700. I'm not sure about the name. If I do a video on it, I'll actually tell you which one it is, but it's one of their higher 4K consumer ones. It seems to be pretty good. But I like to get into that, not just, ranting, but the goal is to do a bunch of tech videos and then 5-minute political videos of what's been going on in the week and what Looney Tunes the Democrats or the liberal media is spouting, to push against. So hopefully everyone had a good Valentine's Day and have a good evening. Good night.